I really liked weather camp with meeting new friends, of course, and I didn't really know that many things about like the weather, what you can do in weather, because when you think of a weatherman, you mainly just think of the person on TV.
Oh, I enjoyed watching the chopper fly off, but then I was like, that guy needed to tell us that when the chopper goes off, there's this big burst of air that nobody was suspecting, and then everybody yelled, ow.
We toured KOCO, that was really fun.
Why was touring your fun?
Well, we got to see a person actually do like a live story, and we saw a breaking news report. It was cool.
We'll keep you updated here and KOCO.com.
I really like staying in the dorms and then like doing all the activities that we did, like the hurricane houses and the bouncing bubbles and stuff.
The radar chalks are really cool.
Well, I thought weather was more like clouds and stuff, like low to the ground, but we started off about stuff in the space actually, and then as the week progressed, we got into the atmosphere, and now we are learning on like different fronts, which is more what I was actually thought. So I'm glad we could end the week with stuff that I would remember best.
We got little shapes that had like this special thing in it where the light went through it and turned a shape on like a cloth or something from the sun.
Watching the rockets is really fun. I mean, they shot up in the air, and it was like really cool because they went so high because of the pressurized water inside of them.
Shooting the water rockets, that was like so awesome because it like flew way up in the sky, and it like when it came down it was like pow.
Well, you had ice cream and you had to take magic shell chocolate or peanut butter or whatever it's called. You had to put it on top and it had to like go down the ice cream, and then you got to eat it and it was delicious.
Well, the 4 ingredients needed for severe weather are moisture, instability, lift, and one ingredient that's not necessarily needed but helps the storm become severe is wind shear.
Well, I like how we made new friends and how we got to learn. I got to learn many new things about weather and how I can predict stuff by myself at home other than just going on a computer. And I love how we got to go to the National Weather Center and get to talk to one of the cool meteorologists and people here.
Okay, so we did rain gauge calibration with like real rain gauges, and it was really difficult and challenging because you had to do it precise and twist it, and you had to get it to an exact number. And it was really challenging. It was fun at first, but then it got really tedious.
We want it to be at 18.5.
That's what we're looking for. We're going to deliver the water in here until it tips, and then we'll see how much it actually took to do it. So if it tips, a little bit higher or lower, we're going to have to adjust it.
Well, Doppler radar has the ability to hear something come and go.
Something fun that I did would probably be making the weather maps on the computer. That was one of the most fun things that we did. There's so many things that you can put on the weather map. It just is awesome. You need shear, you need instability,
You need instability, which is just like this balloon.
Well, you need an updraft, a thunderstorm.
And when you don't have a cap and you have a high cape, you have very unstable atmosphere, and it's really good for producing severe storms such as supercells.
Well, I have to say, the dangers of storm chasing can come at a great cost, including probably your own life.
I had to put my hand on a Van de Graaff generator, which generates lightning, and when I put my hand on there, my hair started to stand up.
At weather camp, I would say the most fun thing would have to be whenever our houses were destroyed by the vacuums. Because mine completely destroyed because the structure wasn't good enough. It was cool to see others actually be able to stand up because of their structure.
Well, it was very educational. I learned a lot of things this week, and it will help me in the future.
I thought the whole camp was fun.
What's the weather? It's sunny. What's the weather? It's rainy altogether. That's the weather. Sun, rain, wind, storm, hot, cold, cool, warm. What's the weather? It's cloudy. What's the weather?